Hello, welcome to Workforce Wednesday. My name is Emily Petnato. I am the Workforce Development Specialist at the Greater Scranton Chamber of Commerce and your host of Workforce Wednesday. Joining me today, I have Shay Rucker from Compassionate Care Phlebotomy. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Can you start by telling me a little bit about yourself, your company, and what you do?
Absolutely. So my name is Shay Rucker, and I am the owner of Compassionate Care Phlebotomy and Medical LLC. And we are located in Scranton, Pennsylvania at 413 South Washington Avenue. And what we do is I am a phlebotomy instructor, and I train and certify students in an 8-week program where you could learn phlebotomy. You do learn the hands-on techniques. And once you are trained and certified, upon completing an exam, you are able to work in facilities like a hospital, a blood bank, or a plasma center, any position that will allow you to be a phlebotomist. And I also have options for my graduates that maintain a well enough GPA and all the requirements throughout the course, where you could possibly become a mobile phlebotomist for compassionate care, so that when I have patients that would like for our mobile phlebotomist to come to their location, whether it's at home or at their work, I could send an employee out to them, and then they would be compensated for their service as well. And then an additional part to my business is I also offer blood and lab services to the community. So you could either walk in or you could call and make an appointment. And we offer things like rapid routine testing, such as pregnancy, HIV, or STD. And we also offer COVID-19 testing, as well as if you have doctor's orders, or with or without a doctor's order, I could fulfill services. So it's just a matter of what you need. You can call and let us know, and we try our best to compensate.
Can you explain a little bit about the phlebotomy classes? What are they like? How are they structured? And how can someone learn more or apply to be in the classes?
Yes, absolutely. So our 8-week phlebotomy courses, they are right now held virtually because of COVID-19. I still follow the COVID-19 guidelines, and just to maintain safety, we hold our 8-week sessions online via, we can do Zoom or we can do a FaceTime, whatever the student prefers, but it's one-on-one instruction with me. I will be the instructor at the time. When you log into, all of your materials are uploaded into what I would call a student portal. So you would log in via email and your personal password, and then you will see there's about 10 modules that you would have to go through and study. Whenever you come to a point in your lesson where you feel like you don't understand, you need some help retaining the information, or you need extra instruction and explanation, that's when you would contact me, and we would schedule our one-on-one time when we would get together for our Zoom session. And since it's one-on-one, you could also, if you're local, because I also take students out of state because of the virtual class, you could come locally, and then we can be in the classroom together one-on-one. And I could also, show demonstration videos and things of that sort throughout the course. So that's how the course is conducted via virtually. And then there is hands-on training options. Of course, you would come into the location, again, if you're a local student, and you have a couple of hours requirements for the hands-on training, but I teach you the use of all the materials. We have artificial hands and arms where I teach you the feel of a vein, how to, tie your tourniquet and things of that sort. So you would learn all the steps there is to need to know for phlebotomy, down to learning blood pressure techniques and collections that may not be blood, like urine or saliva. So if you're out of state, I also have options where I would travel to my student for their hands-on training session. And that is how I certify outside of Pennsylvania.
That is so nice of you to do. So you do it all virtually mostly, and then you schedule
Yes.
a one-on-one time with them to teach them everything.
Yes, absolutely.
Anything else you want to add about the classes, company, what else you offer?
As far as my phlebotomy classes, since they are held virtually, I am always enrolling each month. So each month there's a new session starting. So I could be contacted at any time, and you will always be updated on when a next session is starting. I do plan to have in-person class. I have one session ongoing right now. They should be graduating sometime in May. And then I'm looking possibly to have another in-person session maybe in July. And I'll hold that for an 8-week session. So that session, the students will come into the classroom for training, for class instruction and training 2 days a week.
So do you take a certain amount of people into your class, or does it not matter?
Right.
To apply? can apply?
Virtually, I hold about 15 seats per month I can do. In person right now, I'm just starting off with maybe like 5 at a time, just to see how it works out and to still not have too many large groups.
And what is the cost with the classes, if you don't mind me?
The cost for the virtual course that is held online is a $900 tuition, and that covers all of your materials. There are no outside costs. And then your registration fee, which is non-refundable, is $100. So usually once you register for the course, I would take your information, you would pay $100, and then that will hold your seat. So I would disqualify one seat from however are remaining until all seats are filled. And as far as my in-person class, when you come into the location, the tuition is slightly higher. That one is $1,200 tuition. It also has a $100 registration fee. The reason that the in-person session is $1,200 is because I offer more. Your classes are in person, so you have more one-on-one time with an instructor. I feel like you have more engagement and more access to the materials because it's mandatory that you come in for your instructional time. Also, other than me offering a possibility with you being able to be a mobile phlebotomist for compassionate care, I do help with assisting job placements in facilities that I am affiliated with, such as Miller Keystone or CSO Plasma, or possibly even Scranton Regional Hospital, where I can assist the application process and possibly get my students employment.
So how did you get into this profession?
I started out, I'm originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was born and raised there. I started out did my training and certification in Philadelphia at a phlebotomy school. And I began to work as a phlebotomist in different facilities. And once I got some experience hands-on working in the facilities, I loved it so much, I decided to try to teach. So my previous instructor who taught me asked me to instruct for her in her school, and I said yes. So once I was able to gain that experience with instructing for her, I decided to try to do it for myself and go into business on my own. And it has been it's a blessing. I'm glad that I made that decision.
So if someone was interested in becoming a phlebotomist, entering your classes, what is one thing you'd like to tell them?
I would like to tell them to please choose Compassionate Care Phlebotomy. I believe that we at Compassionate Care, I think we're unique because we focus solely on the needs of what our patients and our students need. So whatever we can do, we try our best to fulfill that need, and being sure that the end result leaves the patient or the student feeling accomplished and well taken care of. So whether you're a student that's taking our phlebotomy training to become a medical professional, or you're a patient that's coming in for testing or blood work for personal health reasons, I feel like, it's more personable if you're able to have those services come to your home and you don't have to leave out or travel, or you may just not be feeling well and you're sick, you still need services or get to the doctor, so the fact that I try to make as much of the experience personalized and make my student or my patient feel like it's all about them. So I try my best to give the best attention and the best focus to who I can, especially my students, because when you go out into the field and you're working somewhere, if you're such an awesome phlebotomist, people are going to ask you, where did you get your training, or where did you learn this from? And I want you to proudly be able to say, oh, Miss Shay at Compassionate Care taught me. Because of course, the biggest advertisement is word of mouth and experience,
Right.
especially with someone that actually went through your course. So it's very important to me. I'm kind of glad right now that I've started my business with just me. I feel like I'm more personable to my students, and it's not just like a teacher and instructor where you just see me 2 times. Like, my students talk to me a lot, and I'm active on my Facebook and my business pages. So I try my best to let everyone know that I'm still a part of the community too,
Yeah. So where, you said you have students that are out of state. How far would you even say?
I have students currently in Delaware. I have a student that recently just graduated in New York. I have a lot of students, of course, in Philadelphia and different cities in Pennsylvania that I lived in, just by, people knowing me and willing to support, whether they give the word of mouth to their family members or friends. And then I have students I have 2 students in South Carolina, 1 student in New Orleans. So it's exciting. Facebook helps a lot. I do a lot of advertising on my Facebook page, and I pay for promotional ads because I don't have like a personal assistant. So any way that I can to get the word out, it really helps. And I still believe in old school flyers and, knocking door to door and passing them out. And I did a parking lot, a Target and a Walmart in one day. It took a couple hours, but you got to get the word out some kind of way. So, and it's free.
That's amazing. You have a class structured for people to be able to join from out of state and just
Yes.
being able to get your message out and your business out so far away. Like,
Yes.
you would
As
think a
long as you
phlebotomy
can.
class is totally hands-on. You have to be with the instructor within like living in a 5-mile radius. That's amazing. You've been able to structure it to reach out to.
Yes. Yes, it was, even though COVID-19 came and it was a pandemic and it's very tough for a lot of people and there were a lot of losses and things are very unfortunate, I had to find a way, to figure out where's the sun through this storm. It has to be a way where I can make some positive out of it. And it was trying to use COVID to say, okay, this is going on right now. How can I help the situation? So even if it's just to give you a certification in phlebotomy, you may not want to draw blood, but your certification in phlebotomy will allow you to do things for COVID testing. You know what I mean? So it's so many different avenues you can go up off of just one certification. And a lot of people may think that I'm a registered nurse. I'm not. I have no nursing credentials. So it's just all about your experience and research. All it takes is for you to just sit down for some time and just read. You know what I mean? So I'm glad.
So what other services do you provide?
Besides instructing and certifying the students, you can come into my location. If you would like to get tested for STD, HIV, I do gender reveal. I can do DNA testing as well. You could come in if you have a doctor's orders from your doctor, you know how they give you the slip and say, oh, you need this blood work done, that blood work done. You could come into me with that order and I could process that. I do take care of patients, whether you have insurance, I can take you with or without. And that is the same for COVID testing. I can do rapid result testing. The difference is with rapid testing, you can get your result before you leave my facility within 15 to 20 minutes. Those are the things that you can do quickly. And then as far as when I say routine, those testings could take up to 48 to maybe possibly 7 days, 48 hours to 7 days to come back, but you do get your result. So those are the things right now that I'm offering, and those lab services for the testings can be done in my facility, or again, I can come out and travel to your location.
So how could someone get in contact with you to apply for your school or your services?
Yes, if you would like to register for school, you could contact me we have a Facebook page, Compassionate Care Phlebotomy, LLC. So you could find that. Also on Instagram is the same, Compassionate Care. You could contact me via phone, and the phone number is 570-239-4604. You can text or you can call. My location is in Scranton, Pennsylvania. The address is 413 South Washington Avenue, and that is in Scranton, PA. And you can also send me an email at compassionatecarephlebotomy@gmail.com.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Shay. I really appreciate it. It was great learning about your business.
Thank you so much for having me.
If you are interested in watching other Workforce Wednesday sessions or viewing jobs available from more of our member businesses on our job board, please head to the scrantonchamber.com. If you have questions about Workforce Wednesday, feel free to contact me at epetnato@scrantonchamber.com or call 570-342-7711. And thank you again for joining me today. To all our viewers, thank you for joining, and join me again next week at noon. Bye.
Thank you.